Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode here on 1950's Farm. So, what are we doing today? Well, as you can see, we have got the muck spreader out and we've got the Ford N on the rear mounted loader, I guess you would call it. And yes, we are doing some muck spreading. So I've already done one field. Now, own up time. I know I usually come to you with a little bit of disaster or this, that, or I've recorded this and then realised this happened. Well, I'll show you in a second, but I did actually already record this episode. But we need to do a little bit of explaining. Now, I realise that if I hadn't said anything, no one would have been none the wiser and everything would be cool. That's fine. But I like to, tell everyone what's going on, and I like to sort of say, actually, it's not always perfect, and it's not always, whatever. And I like to sort of include everyone in sort of what happens and everything else. So yeah, as I say, in a second we'll just get this filled up, and then I'll take you around, and I'll show you what I did. Because it's worth pointing out, just so that you know. Right, you have to forgive me. I seem to have woken with a little bit of a cold and stuff today, so or certainly my nose is heavily blocked and my voice is a little bit ropey. So don't know. But anyway, we'll just get around this corner and then I'll show you what happened. Right. So you can see the position of said crawler, and that is because I muck spread this field from the muck heap where we've just were. I muck spread it and then I ploughed it, and I did exactly what PA Plough Boy suggested. Started on that side actually, then came over here, went there, came over here and ploughed it to the middle. It worked an absolute charm, absolutely brilliant, much easier. Going to be doing that from now on. That was a much simpler way of doing it, and a lot more realistic way of doing it too. But yeah, so I did that, and that was my video. So basically my video was me muck spreading that and then me ploughing it. It was about 40 or so minutes long. It was a chatty video, everything was good. Finished the video, converted the video, absolutely fine. Unlike last week where two videos had mistakes in them, no mistakes in it, because I did actually watch these two back. The other two, not an excuse, but my sort of personal life has been exceptionally busy at the moment, and I've kind of just regrettably now sort of put these videos together and then just sort of uploaded them. And whilst I did sort of kind of watch and listen back, I sort of obviously didn't notice all of the mistakes that were in the videos, and with the music playing while I was talking and different things, and in one of the Carmlan's videos I left the 1-2 my mic warm up, and the reason why I do the 1-2 1-2 1-2 1-2 is because my mic for some reason does have a terrible habit of cackling really badly for about the first sort of anywhere from sort of 30 to 60 seconds, so 30 to a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. It cackles really badly, and so therefore I have to do that so that obviously it doesn't come through on the video, or at least that's the idea. So I didn't realise that I hadn't edited that out, and say one or two other things. But yeah, so the video that I did of this episode, where as I say, we muck spread and ploughed that field, I told a story so a week last Sunday, I went racing to Yarmouth. Decided that as it was 2 days before I was due to go to hospital, if I'm honest, I expected that I was going to be kept in hospital because of I genuinely thought that you know, sort of something was wrong, and I genuinely expected that I was going to be sort of kept in. When I go to London, you know, sort of I'm there by myself, so you know, I don't have no family come and visit. I don't, you know, there's no one comes and visits, so I'm there by myself. And sometimes I'm there for a day or two, which is not too bad. Sometimes, you know, it can be 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever. You know, it does get sort of quite lonely. So I thought, but you know what, you know, yeah, I'm expecting that to happen. Don't know how long I'm going to be in for. I'm going to go off, and I'm going to Sunday night. I'm going to go and have a good time. So that's what I did. Anyway. And I've just realised, and I'm going to get absolutely. There's going to be a comment, and you know who you are. I see you was driving down the wrong side of the road again today. Yes, I just realised. But in all fairness to me, I have just recorded 2 episodes of The Farm Manager and Sunnyside at Farms, and for those series I was driving on the correct side of the road, just not this one. Yeah, so while I was racing, some things happened that I thought were quite funny. I thought would be a good story to tell everyone. I thought that you know, that would all be great, and everybody would have a great time, and you'd all enjoy listening to the sort of story and everything. And why not, you know, sort of tell everyone. So I did the video, I told the story, you know, and we're obviously clearly going to have to move that tractor up a little bit, because otherwise that's going to be getting stuck. So as I say, did the video, told the story, blah blah blah, got to the end, converted the video, everything was fine, no mistakes, everything was good. And then occasionally what I do is I have a couple of people that I kind of let watch the video before I allow it to go out, just to make sure everything's alright. And I tend to do that when I sort of think that one of my stories may be, and when I say story, I don't mean made up. I mean, you know, what I kind of said in that video, it happened. You know, although you've only got my word for that, you know, it was something that did genuinely happen. And I thought it was hilariously funny. Decided I would tell it because I just thought, as I say, it was incredibly funny. And did the video, then sent the video to a couple of people that I have. These are 2 people that have got absolutely no interest in farm sim, but they kind of listen to me and what I'm talking about, and then they sort of say, yeah, that's fine, that's no problem. And on this occasion, both of them came back and went, do not under any circumstances put that video out. You know, the story that you tell is absolutely fine. I'm like, right. And they said the problem is that they're absolutely fine to you, it's absolutely fine to you and to me, but there will be 1 or 2 people out there where that will not be fine, and they will get offended. They will then report you to YouTube. YouTube will then report you to the authorities. And you know what's happening in this country at the moment. Anybody says anything about anything that people get offended with, and they're being put in prison. There is no trials, they are being put in prison. Do not put that video out. So the video has had to come down, and I have having to to record another video to go in that video's place. Now luckily that video is not due out until Wednesday of this week, so I have got a couple of days, and lots of things have been happening in my as I say, in my sort of personal life with my little boy and his mum and his stepmum and stuff like that, and so I've kind of had a lot to deal with, and I just haven't been able to record and keep my schedule. So normally this is now Monday the 3rd of September. I should already be nearly 2 weeks ahead of this day, and I'm not. I've still got Thursdays. Well, now I'm having to redo Wednesday's video, and then I've got Thursday's video to redo, and then I've got Friday's video to do, Saturday, and etc, etc. So yeah, because of the advice from two, and they're both women, and I trust them, I just trust them wholeheartedly, and they're two people that I've been friends with since I was about 17, 18, and both came back, and they both came back and both said, no, do not put that video out. Whilst it's not terrible, you only need one person to not like it and you'll be in trouble. So that's why the video, as I say, hasn't sort of kind of gone out, or isn't going to go out, and this is having to be done instead, this one. So yeah, but I wanted to be honest, and I wanted to be up front with everyone, because that's the only way that this channel and the community that I eventually hope to build is going to work, is if I'm honest and up front with everyone. And like I say, I could have not said anything and no one really would have been any other wiser, but I didn't really feel that was, I didn't want to be left feeling like I cheated everyone. I want to be upfront and honest with everyone and say, actually, this has happened and I've said this, and so yeah, a very funny story, which for me is not offensive in any way, shape or form. But as I say, in this country, in Great Britain at the moment, we are going through a bit of an epidemic of people saying stuff on social media or wherever, TikTok, all of that stuff, and then a few days later, or a week or so later, police are going to the house, they're knocking on the door, and those people are being arrested and then put into prison, anywhere from sort of 6 months to 4 years, and I don't want that. So on the advice of two people, that video has gone. It's been destroyed, it was burned, it was incinerated, acid was poured on it. There is no trace of that video left. And not unless they downloaded it and they're going to now blackmail me with it, which I'm fairly certain they're not. Yeah, so as I say, we're having to do this video. Still going to be a chatty video, I think, to be fair. Still going to be a chatty video. I don't know what we're going to chat about. Or we could do a normal video with some nice relaxing time lapse while we get quite a bit of this muck spreading done, because this field is, as you can tell, it's massive. I don't know what happened there. Sometimes this bucket does glitch into things and then it ends up throwing my tractor, so just occasionally that does happen. I don't think it's ever happened on camera yet, but it just happened then, so that's not good. But yeah, as I say, it's been a very challenging weekend with my little boy. And he's not in a good place at the moment. He's struggling, and that leaves his mum not in a good place, and then she struggles, and then the house that obviously they both live in, I think, becomes a very difficult environment to live in, and so therefore I was called there Friday. He'd said some harsh things. For me, sort of typical child things that you would say to get a reaction. For me, not such a big deal. Obviously, I sort of told him that you can't go around saying the things that he'd said. But I didn't feel that it was I felt it didn't need to be the huge issue that everyone had turned it into. And as I say, I sort of said to him, you can't say those things to people. That's not nice. But alternatively, when he does say stuff like that, and he does say stuff like that all the time to get a reaction out of you, I have a weakness, and he knows what that weakness is, and he goes for it. As soon as I don't give in to him or let him have his own way, he goes for that weakness. And you as the adult have to be smart enough to not rise to that, and sort of say, and now I just say to him, sticks and stones, Thomas, sticks and stones, and he just kind of stops then, because he knows he's not winning. But so yeah, it's been a bit of a difficult, as I say, weekend, but I think what we will do, actually, I think we will do some time lapse, because, as I say, otherwise 30 minutes we're not going to get very much of this done. And I know it's been a chatty video, but what I'll do is I will do a chatty video. I left that way too late. It doesn't matter. We'll go one time around the headland as well, but for now I just want to try and get as much of this middle bit done as I can, because I want to get so that we can get ploughing this, because it needs doing. And also as well, I've still got the soybeans at my farm to harvest, and that needs doing as well, so we need to get on with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow the combine from the dairy, just because that that will help me to get things done slightly quicker, and then we can move on with other jobs. And as I said before, and I think I'm probably going to do this on a couple of series, where I kind of skip the winter a little bit, so that we just keep farming, and we just keep doing sort of the work, because on this particular series, the winter, all it is basically me mucking out the cows, feeding the cows, strawing the cow, or bedding the cows, if you like, and that's it. Now I guess I could try and record that as one massively long episode and then time lapse it, but the reason that I don't do that at this moment in time is because I don't really have the memory to be able to record a massive long video, and then sort of convert it over or whatever. So I have to sort of keep them short, and that's why I don't want memory to be used on sort of doing nothing over winter other than just feeding and bedding the cows, and as I say, mucking them out. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you at the end, if you're still watching, and we'll talk then. But I'm going to do some time lapse, and then we'll, as I say, we'll meet at the end. So bye for now. And I'm back. So that's a little bit of muck spreading that we've got done so far. Really? Was I that far away? I thought it was a lot nearer to this end. Oh. Anyway, we'll get that joined up. And yeah, as I say, we've got quite a bit done. It is going to be a very long and laborious job, this one. I think I'm going to need quite a few bags of sweets, quite a few cups of tea, some chocolate, just to keep me going. Got a feeling I'm going to be doing this quite late tonight for the rest of the day. And as I say, for the rest of the night, I've got a feeling this is going to go on a few hours, but never mind, it's all good fun. Oh, I appear to have missed a bit. Well, that's okay, because we can fill that in with this, with going this way. It's not the easiest thing in the world to sort of kind of see, you know, where you've been and where you haven't. I know it's kind of shaded brown a little bit, but it's still quite a difficult see to kind of know where you've been and where you haven't. So we'll fill up again, and then we'll hopefully get a full breeding. But yeah, no. So as I say, we've got this to do. I don't think we've got nowhere near enough muck, to be fair. But you know, if we haven't, we haven't. There's not really apart from making the cows crap more, and there's not really a great deal more I can do about it. I guess I could buy it in, but I'm not really prepared to do that. But we'll spread as much as we can and get as much of the field done as we can, and then we'll you know, we'll go from there. You know, every little helps, as the saying goes, with a well-known branded supermarket. For those of you that live in the UK, you'll know which supermarket I'm talking about. Every little helps. So, but yeah, we'll get this done, and then the next time you join me, I will be either ploughing or harvesting soybeans. I'll probably harvest the soybeans before I plough, just because obviously if it rains, I can still plough in the wet. You know, whereas I can't harvest soybeans in the wet, and with next month being November, you know, I obviously don't want to miss that window. So, as I say, the next episode will be soybeans, I would have thought. And then we will come back here and either finish off any muck spreading that I've still got to do, or we'll be getting ploughed in, and then as I say, we can then go to our fields and then plough them ready for spring planting again. And then what we're going to do on our farm is we're also going to do a mixture of soybeans and corn, because that's what Harry did. So he also did wheat, but by 1952/3, Harry did have 4 fields, whereas we haven't, because as I've said before, yes, we do get the sort of the modern day prices for crops. You know, we also have to pay modern day prices for fields, and the fields on this map are very expensive, and so we've just not been able to afford them. But we do have a little bit of money in the account, and some of that money's got to go to the dairy's bank anyway. I have written it down, so it's not a case of sort of trying to keep the money for Harry's farm. I have written it down, so I do know what's due to go where. And then, as I say, we need to buy another field, and I have got an idea for a field, you know, that Harry can buy, and a plot of land. So that will be done. But as I say, that came sort of without reading again the information. That either came at the end of 1952 or it came after the spring of 1953. But either way, as I say, eventually, you know, that did happen, and then he sort of was able then to grow corn, soybeans, and wheat, and that's what we will be looking to do. But yeah, so as I hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. As I say, I'm going to be going well into the night here, not only in real life but on the game as well. And then, as I say, next episode we will get the soybeans harvested. But if you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help. Obviously, there's a new target now because we're into a new month. So this target this month should have been to reach 500 subscribers by the end of October, but we've surpassed that by quite a long way already, which I'm really, really grateful for, because it's only possible from you guys pressing that subscribe button. So the new target this month is 525. So we have a target each month of 25 subscribers a month. So far, since we've been doing this since around February, March time, we've hit the target every time so far. But as I've said before, we're getting a lot of people watch, or I'm getting a lot of people watch the videos that haven't subscribed. And if you're one of those people, just consider hitting the subscribe button. It really does help. It's free for you, and as I say, it really does make a difference to the channel and to me, and everything. So if you would consider just subscribing, that would be great. And all that's left for me to say is thanks ever so much for joining me on this episode. I've really enjoyed having your company, and I can't wait to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.